Hi there. Do you remember perhaps when you were in school that there was a particular teacher that you connected with really well? Maybe you liked their style of training or maybe they were rather enthusiastic and so on. And perhaps you remember a training session that you've undergone as an adult where the session's been really successful, you've enjoyed it, you've loved it, and you've really got a lot out of it. And you felt a particular connection with your trainer. Well, this is what I want us to focus on in this lecture, talking about the concept of a trainer personality, a trainer style, but really the expression I want us to think about is character. When we are presenting a training session, where in effect, we're acting. We're not ourselves. We're not the same people that would be at home with our family, friends, and kids, and so on. We're working. But rather than in some professions where you can go through the working day being perhaps a little bit cold, a little bit distant, trainers can't do that. We need to connect. It's our job to do that, particularly when we're doing soft skills training, when we're training in intercultural communication, even when we're doing crochet training. So it had to come in somewhere. We need to be aware of the necessity of building a character with which we present ourselves and the training material. Now, in any given week, I slip between 3 or 4 different characters, we might say, depending on the particular client I have or the type of training which I'm doing. In some training sessions, I'm laid back, I'm a little bit relaxed, a bit friendly, telling some anecdotes. But for example, yesterday it was some strict hard skills training. And so my voice changed, it was lower, it was calmer, it were my facial expression changed, much more serious, direct eye contact. And this is how we got through our session. It was more appropriate to the client and more appropriate to the training material. So, why do we need a character? When you train, for example, like me, some days I train a few hours, sometimes it's 8 or 10 hours, and those are long days. And it can be very draining, physically draining sometimes, and also just sucks the energy because you're giving and giving and giving the whole day long. So when we create a character for our training, it provides a type of a barrier between you and your learners. And by barrier, I mean, and it might sound a little funny, a bit hinky, but it's an energy barrier, we could consider it to be. So you're keeping some of your own energy to yourself, but still ensuring that your learners get enough of you to get them through their course. All right, so this is my take on building a character in your training sessions. It's nothing that I can specifically help you with. It's something where you need to think, okay, what kind of trainer do I want to be? What kind of training do I need to do? So is my character, so to say, going to be very lively and energetic and share a lot of anecdotes, or more laid back? Once you've got a fix on your training character in your mind, you build it up over time with each session. And when you run a training session and you leave it feeling absolutely exhausted, have a think about why that might be. Did you give too much of yourself in your session? Now, certainly, I'm guilty of that. I've done it before. I will likely do it again. This is how the cookie crumbles sometimes. But you just need to make sure for yourself when you've got these really long days that you're keeping a bit of yourself back while giving your students, your learners, enough. All right, so what I'd like you to do now is have a bit of a think about the training you've attended before or the training sessions you've conducted before, and have a think about what type of trainer you were, and have a think about what type of trainer you want to be. And then make some notes, and from this point forward, every time you step into a training role and you go into your training session, keep that character on. You're a trainer, you're a professional, an expert in your field, and now you're an actor. Fantastic. Okay, I look forward to hearing some of your feedback about training experiences you've had, or maybe tell me a little bit about your training character. So pop it in the discussion board, and I'll see you in the next lecture. Bye bye.